everyone. So we are fortunate to have Sohini Roy from with us. Sohini has made it to JNU this year, and she's here to share her journey and her experience with everyone else. So hi Sohini, welcome and many congratulations for making it
Thank
to
you, ma'am.
JNU.
Thank you,
So
ma'am.
what were your aim when you started off your preparations? Which colleges were you aiming at?
My aim were basically all the top tier colleges like ISI, DSE, JNU, IGIDR, as well as IIFT, MSc, everything. I was not very specific about any college, but yes, I wanted JNU.
Okay. So how was your journey? How has your journey been? When did you start preparing seriously?
I started preparing seriously. Well, there is a little story behind it. Like I was a little
Okay.
desperate for JNU. It was on the month of September 3rd, I guess. Yes. So the IGIDA results, they were out by mid-August, I think, the results for the written test. And my score was 24. So IGIDA first releases its scorecard, and then after one day, it releases the list of candidates who were selected for the interview. So I was pretty confident that my cutoff is well above the previous year cutoff, so I will make it to the interview at least. And so I started studying for the interview, and next day the cutoff came as 25 for the general category, and it was really disheartening that time. So at that moment, I realized that push that I have to crack JNU, because previously, before giving any exam, I had this in my mind that I will crack it, or if it doesn't happen, I have others at my hand. But for the IGIDA, the case was different. That I had only two exams left. One is JNU and other one is DSE, जिसका आता पता नामो निशान कुछ नहीं था. कोई डेट के बारे में भी पता नहीं था. So JNU was the only thing left. So I was desperate that I have to crack it, and that's how I became 10 times more serious than the previous exams.
So you didn't have a lot of days actually in your hand. So what did you do leading up
Yes,
to
actually,
JNU?
I was preparing for the entrances from February. So the preparation was quite the same for JNU, but yes, JNU or CUET, to be more precise, it has a completely different format than other questions than the other exams. Like for
Yeah.
MSc or IIFT, ISI, DSE, they ask you a lot of numerical questions. They will ask numerical questions. They don't focus that much on current affairs. But in for CUET, the major chunk is covered by the current affairs and Indian economy. So I mainly focused on polishing my knowledge about the what is happening over and around me, what is the about the Indian economy at present, and also the basic foundations of micro and macro.
So how did you do that? How did you go about polishing? Because sometimes the syllabus tends to get very vast and people
Yes,
tend to get very
the syllabus
overwhelmed.
is quite vast for
Yeah. So how
CUET.
did you do it?
For micro and macro, I solved the past year JNU papers. I had also solved the IGIDR papers. They are enough for the foundations. And I had economics in my undergraduate, so that was not that big a problem. For Indian economy and current affairs, I mainly confine myself to the Hyderabad papers. And I am emphasizing on the Hyderabad University papers because you have all the papers in the portal, and you have the solutions to them in the EduSure blog. So it was easy to solve, and they are more than enough, I will say. For I mean, if you want to drill your micro and macro, Hyderabad papers are more than enough. But Indian eco and current affairs, nothing is enough, I will say that. So for that, I had an app that was the textbook app. It has lots of question banks with it, so it gave me a scope to know
So you were saying that for micro and macro, you found Hyderabad practice to be enough.
yes. You can anyone can practice Pondicherry, BHU, they're all there, but you don't have the answer key to all of them, so it becomes a problem. So Hyderabad papers are enough for the micro and macro, and you have the JNU papers. But the problem is the previously JNU used to ask questions, used to ask numerical questions also. You have questions from profit maximization. You were asked to find that equilibrium of y and r from ISLN. But CVT rarely asks such questions. So JNU papers are good, but Hyderabad is actually has absolutely the same format as the CUET one. So it will help. means if someone wants to score the maximum doing the bare minimum, they can completely rely on the 10-20 years Hyderabad papers that is available on the portal. I will suggest that. And for Indian economy, nothing is enough. For that you have Google, for that you have the EduSure mock test, and for that you have the IIT JAM papers, you have Hyderabad papers, you have the HU papers. You can search for that.
Yeah, that's true. It's a very, very vast syllabus to cover, and basically they can ask anything from anywhere. So
yeah, they can ask anything from anywhere, but अगर बहुत सारे papers करे हुए होंगे तो कुछ ना कुछ common आ ही जाएगा.
हाँ, that's the safest way to do it.
Yes.
You were saying something?
Yes, I also referred to my 11-12 textbooks because there you get massive information about Indian eco. क्योंकि ग्रेजुएशन में क्या होता है, हम पेपर्स से पढ़ते हैं, मतलब रिसर्च पेपर्स रखे होते हैं, वहां से हम इंडियन इको पढ़ते हैं, पर वहां से फैक्ट्स और फिगर्स तो वैसे कलेक्ट नहीं कर सकते जैसे कि हम 11-12 के टेक्स्ट बुक से कर सकते हैं. So anyone can do that. You can borrow your friends' 11-12 textbooks and study from there. Any board. I am from State Board. I refer to Joydev Shortcut. Anyone can do that from NCRT. It sounds expensive, but once you get the habit of it, it's very easy.
हाँ, plus Indian economy story अगर story जैसी हो जाती है फिर. If you think of it as a story and you keep reading it, just read it, you know, थोड़ा बहुत whenever you get time. Yeah. Okay. So that's great. And how did you manage, like, you know, your anxiety that, you know, you said you didn't make it to IGIDR. So instead of going from hopelessness कि मेरा कुछ नहीं हो सकता, you actually started working hard for JNU. So how did you manage your, you know, confidence and everything?
ये तो बहुत होता है कि मेरा ये एग्जाम मेरा जैम नहीं हुआ तो मेरा DSE कभी होगा ही नहीं, ये हमें होता है. पर then I use some econometrics, like our errors are auto correlated. तो ये IGIDR के समय एक टाइप का प्रिपरेशन था, JNU के वक्त मेरा और एक टाइप का प्रिपरेशन होगा. I have learned a lot in that 1 month, so I can do it. So I believed in myself, and it happened.
That's very good. I really like it कि econometrics है, the errors are not
econometrics से मैं बहुत इंस्पायर्ड हुई कि RSS को मिनिमाइज रखना पड़ेगा. एरर टर्म तो आएगा ही, लक का तो एक फैक्टर है, पर उसे मिनिमाइज रखना पड़ेगा.
वाह, that's a budding economist talking. Very nice, Sohini. So good to hear. And anything else, any other tips that you felt help you throughout your journey from, you know, whenever you got serious? Initially, you know, you have college exams, you have, you know, your MA preparation. So even that is, everybody finds that a challenge. कैसे manage करे. So if any tips that you have for the students, you can share. I'm sure they'll find it very helpful.
Manage तो करना पड़ेगा. There is no question on that. And it will happen once you get the habit of it, once you get the flow of it, you can do it. See, I get nervous at very easily. When I didn't get IGIDR or when I didn't get IIT JAM, I was totally hopeless at that time. But तब खुद को मनाना पड़ता है कि IIT JAM happened in February 2022 and CUET happened in September 2022. तो इतना बड़ा सा गैप है, मैंने बहुत कुछ सीखा है. I have learned from my mistakes, and I had so many friends supporting me all the time. And my family members were there, and of course you will hear some adverse comments coming here and there. There will be people saying, oh, itne se nahi hua, IGIDR nahi hua, JNU kaise hoga? So there will be the people saying that, but don't listen to them. If I can, you can do it.
Of course, that's always hard. कि to tell yourself कि नहीं ये नहीं हुआ तो क्या हुआ, दूसरा हो जाएगा.
दूसरा हो जाएगा.
हाँ, that's always hard, but you have to do that. There's no other choice.
If you have a clear goal in your mind, and if you are a little bit desperate, don't make it a do or die situation. There is nothing to do like that. If you are a little desperate, if you have your goals clear, then you can do it. And you know, CUET has this advantage. It doesn't ask you that out of the box, out of the world numerical questions like ISI and DSE does. So you won't get nervous seeing some numerical question. कि सोलो मेरे को बहुत अच्छे से आता था सोलो मॉडल, पर ये क्या न्यूमेरिकल दे दिया, ये तो हो ही नहीं रहा, अब मेरा जिंदगी बर्बाद हो गया. ये मेरे साथ हुआ है, जैम में मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ है, इसलिए मैं बोल रही हूँ. तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. CUET, you can either do it or you can't do it. And if you have done those Hyderabad papers extensively, if you have done the JNU papers, there's so many papers around you. Pondicherry, BHU has 150 questions per paper. So if you have done those extensively, you can do it.
Right.
कुछ ना कुछ कॉमन आ ही जाएगा, बहुत कुछ कॉमन आएगा, मैं बोल सकती हूँ.
So I think that's a great takeaway that अपना जो कर सकते हो concentrate on that. You can always do the papers. वो तो कोई rocket science नहीं है, वो तो हम सब हर चीज के लिए बोलते ही हैं. तो CUET के लिए भी अब एटलीस्ट ये कर लो and don't get bothered कि इतना syllabus है, क्या होगा, कैसे होगा, and सिर्फ वो कर लो and you can still make it.
फोमो की कोई बात नहीं है कि इंडियन इकोनॉमी ये छूट रहा है, वो छूट रहा है. छूटेगा तो सब बहुत कुछ ही छूटेगा, पर हो जाएगा.
Yeah.
And I'm repeatedly saying this, once you get the habit of jotting down those notes of Indian economy, you will have fun. Like it's a very enriching experience. I'm knowing so much from here and there. I am becoming an economist.
हाँ, I'm studying extra. I'm doing an effort by myself. बहुत मैटर करता है. कोई चीज जो आप खुद से करते हो मेहनत करके, then you get more excited to do it. कोई चीज आपको बस मिल जाती है कि इसको रीड कर लो, that is less exciting. खुद से जब थोड़ा extra effort होता है. Extra हुआ.
Yeah. And EduSure mock tests have helped me a lot.
Okay, thank you. Good to hear. Good to hear.
And so, those I remember those Indian economy notes in the Indian economy section of the macro eco topper. That's very helpful.
All right, thank you. That's good to hear. And so that's the aim, that we keep adding certain things every year so that we can also better what we offer you in terms of our whole preparation. So that is also the aim. So it's very nice for me to hear that you benefited from it. Thank you. And so when your college starts on 28th, I guess?
Yes, 28th November.
20th November.
And I'm leaving Kolkata this Sunday. So this is a new journey altogether.
Yes, and who's going with you to JNU?
My parents.
Your parents are coming with you. Okay, all right, very nice. Very nice to hear, Sohini. Have a great time. What's your future plans? What do you want to do in the future?
I want to do a PhD in economics.
You want to do PhD?
I will sit for the UGC NET, and I actually don't want to go abroad. I want to study here. I want to teach here. I want to teach.
Okay, very nice. Good to hear. I'm sure you'll be a good teacher. It's fun to talk to you.
Thank you, ma'am. And ma'am, I want to thank you specially because macro मुझे ISLM के बाद में कुछ समझ में नहीं आता था. जो भी ADAs, जो भी Philips का, जो भी मुझे समझ में है आपके वजह से आया. I'm very thankful to you. Especially.
Thank you. So good to hear. Thank you. That gives a boost to my efforts. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Sohini, thank you. All the very best. Enjoy in my city. आप मेरे शहर जा रहे हो, तो enjoy it and have a good time. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, ma'am.